Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. Also, peace be upon you all. Welcome to my channel, Apostate Prophet Slayer. As the name explains, we are going to be exposing Apostate Prophet in this channel after now on. So let's get to business, see what he says, and we will expose and ridicule him.
Why are you defending Christianity? Aren't you an atheist? Because you're dumb. Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm starting it with this, but today I want to talk about Jesus, and it will look like I'm defending Christianity.
So he's calling people dumb. Why is he calling people dumb? Because people are saying, why are you defending Christianity? And obviously this question being asked before, because he does not attack Christianity, he solely attacks Islam. So obviously people will ask you, because he used to be atheist, and then he's changed and he said, I'm a free thinker. I mean, how can you be a free thinker and atheist at the same time? You can when you're apostate prophet, because he wants to make money using his audience ignorance. And who are his biggest audience? And his biggest audience are, unfortunately, Christian brothers and sisters. So when people say, well, you're not atheist, and then you just say you're a free thinker. But I will show you now from the Turkish atheist TV website, which he used to be a member of Atheist Society. And then he used to make programs in Atheist Society TV in Turkey. How do I know this? Because I'm Turkish. Because I read the Quran because of Rıdvan Aydemir, which I thank him. So we are going to show you a video from that, so you can see with your own eyes Atheist TV and Rıdvan Aydemir. As you see, my brothers and sisters, these are atheists. That's why it says in Turkish. And now you're going to see him, Rıdvan Aydemir, Apostate Prophet. These are atheists on the left bottom, and the right bottom, Atheism Society TV is in Turkish. So obviously when you say these things, and when you appear on the atheism, and when you used to say that you're atheist, that people say you're an atheist, why are you defending Christianity, or why are you not exposing Christianity? If you're atheist, which we think and we believe that there are a lot of respectful atheists, and they criticize all the religions and they defend atheism. But you don't defend atheism, you don't defend anything. You only attack wholly and solely Islam, and you do not attack anywhere else. Why? Because you make money on the Christian brothers and sisters mainly. So it is not a surprise for people asking you, you're atheist. Anyway, my brothers and sisters, move on to the next video.
Because unfortunately, Muslims very often try to convince themselves or Christians by posting stuff about Christianity or Jesus, and trying to spread this piece of propaganda that Jesus was a Muslim. If you are somebody who is enticed by nonsense like this, stay here, listen, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, and then show me why I'm totally wrong and why Jesus was actually a Muslim. I dare you.
Yes, you're right. For a change, Apostate Prophet Rıdvan Aydemir, my brother. Jesus was a Muslim. Moses was a Muslim. Jacob was a Muslim. Abraham was a Muslim. Whether you believe it or not, they were all Muslim. So the point here is, we're not trying to convince ourselves. We know the real Muslims and who read the Quran, and thanks to you, in my case, I read the Quran because of you. I know, and Muslims know that, like I said, Abraham, Jacob, his sons, Ishmael, Moses, Jesus, and then disciples, etc., they were all Muslims, according to Quran. Now I'm going to show you some verses from the Quran. So what you can do is, I don't want to get the video too long, so what you can do is you can stop each verses and you can read with your own eyes, and you can do your own research, whether Abraham, Moses, Jesus, Noah, peace be upon them all, Jacob, Ishmael, peace be upon them all, they were all Muslims. And I will just give you now one by one, and I will just tell you the chapters and verses, and then hopefully you can either pause it or you can do your own research and write it down. Chapter 3, verse 52. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. But when Jesus felt persistent in disbelief from them, he said, who are my supporters for the cause of Allah? The disciples said, we are supporters for Allah. We have believed in Allah and testified that we are Muslims. See, Jesus and disciples, what can you see here what the disciples saying? They were Muslims, including obviously Jesus. Same chapter 3, verse 67. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Abraham was neither Jew or nor Christian, but he was one inclining toward the truth, a Muslim submitting to Allah, and he was not of the polytheists. Surah Al-Baqarah, which is chapter 2, 127, 128, is mentioned here. Abraham and Ishmael, and then they were Muslims. Again, you can read it yourself and pause it. Again, Surah Al-Baqarah, which is chapter 2, verse 133. Again, Jacob and Ibrahim and Ishmael here, they are saying that they were Muslims. Again, Surah Al-Ma'idah, which is the chapter 5, verse 111. Again, it talks about disciples here, and then disciples says, we believed, and then we are Muslims. And again, Surah Yunus, which is the chapter 10, verse 71 and 72, Noah talks about Noah, and then these people being Muslims. And again, Yunus 84, Moses, and says Muslims, and also the people followed Moses was Muslims. And then again, Yunus, which is the chapter 10, verse 90, children of Israel, it talks about even the Pharaoh, when he was chasing Moses, peace be upon him, and soldiers. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened the both sides of the sea, and obviously Pharaoh stuck in it, and then he starts saying that, okay, I believe and I follow the children of Israel, so I am one of the Muslims. It says in the verse here. So as you see, Apostate Prophet, we do not do propaganda. In fact, we know from the verses of the Quran, that's the whole point. You trying to ridicule Quran, and then whole world trying to ridicule the Quran, because all these verses and saying to whole world, and they were all Muslims like us, whether the Ibrahim, Jacob, Moses, Jesus, peace be upon them, Noah, Ishmael, and all of them. So they all served one true religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, move on to his next allegation.
Look, I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in this, and I don't believe in your book. But if you want to quote the Gospels to make your point, and you want to use that as propaganda, then this has to be turned around. And then everyone can easily see right here that your propaganda is full of crap.
Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. Había subido la marea y encontré una paella.
As we have heard here, my brothers and sisters, he's obviously criticizing Muslims that quoting from the gospel, trying to get Jesus was a Muslim, and then he's saying that the people using gospel as a propaganda and using the gospel verses as a propaganda, and they are full of crap. Over here, actually, he's describing himself, and he's admitting himself that he's full of crap, because he's using the exactly same tactic. He's using the Quran and Quran verses to ridicule the Quran. So what he's doing is a hypocrisy, and who he is a hypocrite. But easy to criticize somebody else, but you cannot see yourself. I suggest, Apostate Prophet, to look at the mirror. And the last clip I'll show you, and then hopefully we will conclude our videos, my brothers and sisters.
Because if you take the actual context and take the whole chapter as it is, without just referencing a point, then it turns out that this text is completely incompatible with your own religion.
Actually, you're wrong again. The text in the gospel that is not being changed much is and are compatible with the Quran. I just shown you the Quran verses that those people, they are saying, they are claiming from the gospel verses that Jesus was a Muslim, and it's also in the Quran. So this proves that the gospel, one point and some verses was right, but unfortunately it's being changed, and there are now 66 Christianity books out there, 39 of them Old Testament, 27 of the New Testament. So that's not the problem, but you are continuously lying, you're exposing yourself, you're criticizing Muslims, the things that they are doing, and exactly the things that you do, but you don't want to see yourself. You're a hypocrite, you're a liar, You're just using Christians and an ignorance of those Christians, brothers and sisters, to make money. So I'm concluding my video, my brothers and sisters. I will keep exposing this guy. He is full of crap himself. He's describing himself actually, but obviously he doesn't want to see himself in that position. Unfortunately, this is his life. Okay, my brothers and sisters, take care of yourself now, and peace be upon you all. Salaam alaikum.